The night my mother knocked on my bedroom door, I never imagined it would be the beginning of losing a woman who had always cared for me. It was a cold December night when I heard her voice outside my room. She looked confused, almost like she had woken up in a place she had never seen before. She quietly asked me where the washroom was. At first, I thought she was simply half asleep, so I guided her there and waited. But when she came back out, something felt wrong. She stood there helplessly, unable to remember where her own bedroom was. Long pause. My sister and I looked at each other. We both felt the same fear growing inside us. This was not normal forgetfulness. Something serious had happened to our mother. The next morning, we rushed her to a nursing home. After several tests and an MRI scan, the doctor gave us news that changed our lives forever. My mother was suffering from brain cancer. The disease had already begun taking away the memories that made her who she was. And we had no idea how quickly it would change our family forever. After the doctor explained my mother's condition, our hearts felt heavy with fear. We wanted to believe there was still a way to bring back the woman we knew, but deep inside, we understood that life was about to change. The disease slowly began stealing pieces of her world. The woman who once remembered every little detail started forgetting simple things. She lost control over her daily activities and eventually struggled to recognize the people around her. Except for my sister and me. Soft sigh. Somehow, even when her memories disappeared, she still knew the two people who stayed beside her every day. The roles in our family completely changed. The mother, who once held our hands when we were children, now needed us to hold hers. We fed her, dressed her, helped her bathe, brushed her hair, and stayed beside her until she fell asleep. She became like a little child, and we became the ones protecting her. But there were still moments when her old personality appeared like a small ray of sunlight. We celebrated her 80th birthday with a cake, friends, and laughter in Kolkata. She smiled at everyone who came to wish her. The most heartbreaking part was that she no longer knew whose birthday it was. Yet when someone wished her, she politely smiled and wished them the same. The illness had taken away many memories, but it could not erase the kindness she had carried all her life. And then, one day, we discovered something even more painful about what the disease had taken from her. Before the illness changed her, my mother was the most emotional person I had ever known. A small pain, a sad memory, or even a harsh word could bring tears to her eyes. My father used to lovingly tease her, saying she was like a river that never stopped flowing. But the disease slowly changed everything. The woman who once cried over the smallest discomfort became someone who could no longer express pain the same way. Voice trembling. One night, a sudden loud sound woke us from our sleep. We immediately realized something was wrong. My sister and I rushed out of the room and found our mother lying on the floor. She had fallen badly. Her forehead was injured and bleeding. My heart stopped for a moment. We quickly lifted her onto the bed, cleaned her wound, and asked if she was hurting. She looked at us and calmly said she was fine. But we knew she was not. The injury must have caused terrible pain, yet there were no tears in her eyes. No fear, no sadness, just a quiet, empty expression. I looked at her and felt a pain deeper than anything I had ever experienced. Was this really my mother? The same woman whose tears appeared whenever I was sick or upset could no longer cry for herself. The disease had taken away so much from her, but I still wondered if there was another painful truth waiting for us. And soon, I remembered another moment when my mother's love broke my heart in a different way. Years before my mother became ill, my life had finally started moving forward. After completing my bachelor's degree, I continued my studies and earned a master's degree with the help of a scholarship. Later, I found a good job in a company, and for the first time, I felt that I could give something back to the woman who had sacrificed so much for me. I wanted my mother to live with me. I imagined taking care of her, giving her comfort, and making sure she never felt alone. After everything she had done for me, I wanted to repay her love. But my mother had a different thought. She did not want to leave her home. She did not want to disturb my life or become a responsibility for her daughter. Long pause. Even when she was struggling, her biggest concern was still me. That was the kind of person she had always been. She spent her whole life protecting others, even when she was the one who needed protection. I remember looking at her condition and silently crying. I wondered how someone so strong could become so fragile. The woman who once carried my worries now needed someone to carry hers. And as time passed, her health continued to decline. We knew the day we feared was getting closer. A day when we would have to say goodbye to the person who had given us everything. The day I lost my mother is a day I will carry in my heart forever. By then, the disease had taken away many things from her. Her memories were fading, her body had become weak, and the woman who once cared for everyone had become someone we cared for every moment. But one thing never disappeared: her kindness. Even when she could not remember many things, she still knew how to show gratitude. Whenever we helped her, she would quietly express her thanks. The illness damaged her memories, but it could never erase the goodness she had built throughout her life. Whispers. When she finally passed away, her body was placed in an ambulance. As it began to leave, something unexpected happened. Rain started falling. It lasted only for a few minutes, but to me, it felt like the sky itself was mourning. I remembered how my mother used to cry for every little pain, every sadness, and every person she loved. But when her own suffering came, she could no longer shed those tears. So perhaps the heavens cried for the woman who had forgotten how to cry. Today, I understand that life is temporary. Our memories may fade, and our bodies may become weak, but the love we give and the kindness we share remain forever. Never wait to show your loved ones how much they mean to you. Because one day, the moments you create with them will become the memories you hold closest to your heart.